Dr. Margaret Sullivan first discovered the impossibility while conducting routine archaeological excavations of ancestral Puebloan cliff dwellings in Mesa Verde National Park. Her team, working at depths that should have contained artifacts from 1200 CE, instead uncovered technology that appeared to be manufactured using industrial processes that wouldn't be developed until the 20th century. Yet carbon-14 dating confirmed the materials were indeed 800 years old. We're finding precision-machined metal components, synthetic materials, and electronic circuits buried in archaeological layers that predate European contact by centuries, Sullivan wrote in her initial report to the National Park Service, declassified only in 2021 after her death at age 96. The artifacts show manufacturing precision that requires advanced industrial technology, but they're located in undisturbed archaeological contexts that confirm they were created and buried by indigenous populations hundreds of years before such technology existed. The investigation deepened when Sullivan's team discovered that the advanced artifacts weren't isolated anomalies, but components of larger technological systems that had been deliberately dismantled and buried in carefully organized caches throughout the archaeological site. Ground-penetrating radar revealed systematic patterns of buried technology spanning the entire Mesa Verde region. Dr. Robert Chen, materials engineer recruited from Los Alamos, confirmed that the discovered artifacts demonstrated manufacturing techniques that exceeded even current industrial capabilities. His classified analysis, obtained through FOIA request hash 2021 to 883,947, contained findings that challenged fundamental assumptions about the history of technological development on Earth. The discovered materials include carbon fiber composites, titanium alloys, and semiconductor devices that require manufacturing processes we've only developed within the last decade, Chen wrote in reports that required Defense Department clearance to access. But isotope analysis confirms these materials were created approximately 800 years ago, using unknown manufacturing techniques that apparently exceeded medieval technological capabilities by centuries. But the most disturbing discovery came when the team found evidence that the advanced technology had been systematically destroyed and buried as part of what appeared to be a coordinated effort to eliminate all traces of advanced civilization from the historical record. The burial pattern suggested that an entire technological society had voluntarily dismantled their achievements and returned to more primitive technological levels. Carbon analysis of organic materials found with the buried technology revealed evidence of a massive population decline that had occurred around 1300 CE, exactly when historical records indicated the ancestral Puebloans had abandoned their cliff-dwelling settlements. But the population decline appeared to have been planned rather than caused by disease, warfare, or environmental catastrophe. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, anthropologist specializing in southwestern cultures, discovered oral traditions among contemporary Pueblo communities that contained references to, quote, the Great Forgetting, a time when their ancestors had deliberately abandoned advanced knowledge and technology to prevent its misuse by future generations. Traditional stories describe a period when the ancestors possessed knowledge that could remake the world, but chose to hide this knowledge because they recognized it was too dangerous for humanity to possess without proper wisdom and spiritual maturity. Rodriguez wrote in her cultural analysis, classified at levels requiring congressional oversight. The oral tradition suggests that advanced technology was deliberately abandoned and hidden to protect future generations from capabilities they weren't ready to manage responsibly. The Atomic Energy Commission, concerned about the implications of advanced technology in archaeological contexts, immediately classified the findings at levels requiring presidential authorization. If unknown civilizations had possessed advanced technology centuries before European contact, it represented historical knowledge that could affect understanding of technological development and potentially reveal capabilities that modern science had yet to rediscover. Operation Genesis Engine was initiated on August 1, 1954, with the mission to identify the source and scope of pre-Columbian advanced technology, determine the reasons for its abandonment, and assess whether the hidden knowledge could be recovered and utilized for modern technological advancement, without repeating whatever mistakes had led to its original concealment. We're investigating the possibility that advanced human civilizations existed in pre-Columbian America and voluntarily abandoned their technology for reasons that may be relevant to our current nuclear age, Colonel Patricia Hayes wrote in her classified mission statement. If our ancestors faced similar technological challenges and chose to abandon rather than continue advancing their capabilities, we need to understand their reasoning and whether their hidden knowledge could benefit or threaten modern civilization. The investigation would reveal evidence of a global technological civilization that had achieved capabilities far exceeding modern science, but had voluntarily initiated a reset of human development after recognizing that their technological advancement was leading toward species extinction through environmental destruction and social collapse. Expansion of the archaeological investigation revealed that advanced technology burial sites weren't limited to Mesa Verde, but existed globally, with similar caches of deliberately concealed advanced artifacts discovered at archaeological sites across North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. The pattern suggested a coordinated global effort to eliminate advanced technology from human civilization around 700 years ago. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, geological archaeologist recruited from the Smithsonian, led the global survey that documented the worldwide scope of technological abandonment. Her classified research, accessible only to personnel with civilization analysis clearance, revealed evidence of what she termed the Great Reset, a coordinated global decision to abandon advanced technological civilization and return humanity to more sustainable development patterns. We're not dealing with the collapse of a single advanced civilization, Mitchell wrote in her global analysis summaries, classified at levels requiring joint congressional and presidential approval. We're dealing with evidence that global human civilization achieved advanced technological development around 1300 to 1400 CE, then voluntarily abandoned these capabilities in a coordinated effort to prevent species extinction through technological misuse. The buried technology caches contained components that, when analyzed together, revealed the existence of global communication networks, transportation systems, energy generation methods, and manufacturing capabilities that exceeded modern technological achievement in several critical areas. The abandoned civilization had achieved sustainable energy, global communications, and environmental management technologies that current science was still struggling to develop. Isotope analysis revealed that the advanced civilization had achieved nuclear technology approximately 200 years before voluntarily abandoning their capabilities. But unlike modern nuclear development, the ancient nuclear technology appeared to have been designed for energy generation and environmental remediation, rather than weapons development. The abandoned nuclear technology shows sophisticated understanding of atomic energy applications that focused on beneficial rather than destructive uses, reported Dr. James Harrison, nuclear physicist assigned to analyze the discovered atomic energy artifacts. Their nuclear power systems were designed for sustainability and environmental harmony rather than maximum energy output. They appear to have solved the nuclear waste problem and achieved fusion energy generation using methods that modern physics hasn't yet developed. But perhaps the most significant discovery was evidence that the advanced civilization had achieved what appeared to be genetic modification and life extension technologies that had been voluntarily abandoned, along with their other advanced capabilities. Organic compounds found in technology caches contained traces of genetic material that showed evidence of systematic enhancement and life extension modifications. Dr. Patricia Foster, geneticist recruited from the National Institutes of Health, analyzed the genetic evidence and discovered that human populations living around 1300 to 1400 CE had possessed genetic modifications that enhanced intelligence, disease resistance, and longevity far beyond normal human parameters. The genetic evidence suggests that the advanced civilization had achieved human enhancement technologies that extended lifespans to several centuries while enhancing cognitive and physical capabilities. Foster reported in genetic analysis that required cabinet-level security clearance. But these genetic modifications were systematically removed from human populations as part of the technological abandonment program. The reset involved not just abandoning technology, but returning human biology to unmodified baseline parameters. Environmental analysis revealed that the technological abandonment had been motivated by recognition that advanced capabilities were leading toward environmental collapse and social breakdown that would have resulted in species extinction within a few generations if technological development had continued along its existing trajectory. The advanced civilization had achieved global industrialization but recognized that their development path was unsustainable, Mitchell explained in environmental impact assessments. Evidence suggests they were facing climate change, resource depletion, and social conflicts that would have led to civilization collapse and potential species extinction if they had continued advancing their technology without addressing underlying sustainability and social cooperation problems. President Eisenhower briefed on global reset evidence in classified sessions requiring cabinet-level security clearance, authorized expanded research while ensuring that investigation of abandoned technology remained classified to prevent public knowledge of advanced capabilities that had been deliberately hidden by previous civilizations. If our ancestors abandoned advanced technology to prevent species extinction, we need to understand their reasoning and determine whether modern civilization is facing similar challenges, Eisenhower stated in classified technology assessment meetings. The abandoned capabilities may provide solutions to current problems, but we must understand why they were hidden before attempting to recover and utilize ancient advanced knowledge. Investigation into the coordination mechanisms for the global technological abandonment revealed evidence that the reset had been conducted with assistance from non-human entities who had been monitoring human civilization development and had intervened when technological advancement threatened species survival. These entities, identified in ancient records as, quote, Genesis architects, had provided guidance for voluntarily returning human civilization to sustainable development patterns. Dr. Elena Santos, linguist specializing in ancient writing systems, achieved breakthrough analysis of symbolic inscriptions found with buried technology caches. Her translations, released only to researchers with civilization reset clearance, revealed that the technological abandonment had been conducted through cooperation between human leadership and entities described as builders of new beginnings. The ancient inscriptions describe cooperation between human civilizations and entities called Genesis architects, who provided guidance for resetting human development along sustainable pathways, Santos wrote in her translation summaries, classified at levels requiring unanimous intelligence agency approval. The reset wasn't imposed by external entities. It was voluntary human decision supported by non-human advisors who had experience guiding species through technological crisis transition periods. The Genesis architects were described in ancient records as entities who specialized in helping advanced civilizations avoid extinction through technological misuse. They had apparently been monitoring human development for millennia and had intervened when human technological advancement reached critical decision points that determined species survival or extinction. Your people achieved knowledge that could remake worlds, but lacked wisdom to guide such power toward life rather than destruction. Read one translated inscription found in a technology cache beneath Machu Picchu. The builders offered choice: continue toward ending, or accept guidance toward new beginning. Your ancestors chose wisdom of restraint over pride of achievement. Archaeological evidence revealed that the Genesis architects had established communication and cooperation with human leadership around 1250 CE, when human technological development had reached levels that were causing environmental degradation and social conflicts that threatened civilization's survival. The cooperation had lasted approximately 150 years, while advanced technology was systematically dismantled and sustainable development alternatives were implemented. Dr. Robert Morrison, xenoarchaeologist recruited from classified Air Force programs, documented evidence of non-human presence at technological abandonment sites. His analysis revealed artifacts that appeared to be Genesis architect technology, designed to assist with the civilization reset process. Non-human artifacts found at reset sites show technology designed for environmental remediation, genetic restoration, and social coordination, Morrison reported in xenoarchaeological analysis that required congressional oversight clearance. The Genesis architects provided tools and knowledge for reversing environmental damage, removing genetic modifications, and establishing sustainable social structures that could maintain civilization without advanced technology dependency. But the most significant discovery was evidence that the Genesis architects had preserved complete records of abandoned human technology and knowledge in hidden archives, with instructions that this information would be made available to future human generations when they achieved sufficient ethical and social maturity to manage advanced capabilities responsibly. The reset wasn't permanent elimination of advanced knowledge, Santos explained in her cultural analysis of ancient preservation protocols. The Genesis architects helped human civilization create time-locked archives that would become accessible when future generations demonstrated readiness for advanced technology. The ancient records suggest that humanity was being prepared for eventual recovery of abandoned capabilities when social and ethical development reached adequate maturity levels. Coordinates found in ancient inscriptions led to the discovery of sealed underground facilities that appeared to be Genesis architect preservation archives, containing technology and knowledge that had been systematically saved during the civilization reset. But the archives were protected by systems that appeared to evaluate the technological and ethical maturity of anyone attempting to access the preserved knowledge. The Genesis Architect archives contain the complete technological and scientific knowledge of the abandoned civilization, but access is controlled by evaluation systems that assess whether current human development demonstrates sufficient maturity for advanced capability recovery. Morrison reported in archive analysis that required presidential authorization to access. President Kennedy, briefed on Genesis architect discoveries in 1961, authorized attempts to establish communication with archive systems, while ensuring that any recovered technology served human development rather than threatening species survival through repetition of ancient mistakes. If the Genesis architects preserved advanced knowledge for future recovery, we should explore whether current human development qualifies for archive access, Kennedy stated in classified ancient technology recovery meetings. But we must ensure that any recovered capabilities enhance human civilization rather than creating the same problems that led to the original reset decision. Attempts to access Genesis architect preservation archives revealed sophisticated evaluation systems that assessed current human technological, social, and ethical development against criteria established during the original civilization reset. The archive access protocols were designed to ensure that preserved advanced knowledge would only be released when humanity demonstrated sufficient maturity to avoid repeating the mistakes that had necessitated the reset. Dr. Patricia Chen, systems analyst recruited from IBM's Advanced Computing Division, led the team attempting to understand and interface with Genesis architect evaluation protocols. Her classified research, accessible only to personnel with genetic reset clearance, revealed that archive access required demonstration of specific achievements in ethical development, social cooperation, and sustainable technology management. The Genesis Architect archives aren't just storage systems, they're comprehensive evaluation protocols that assess whether current human civilization has achieved sufficient maturity for advanced knowledge recovery. Chen wrote in her archive interface analysis, classified at levels requiring joint congressional and presidential approval. The evaluation criteria focus on ethical development, global cooperation capabilities, and sustainable technology management rather than pure technological achievement. The archive evaluation systems appeared to be monitoring current human civilization development in real time, using unknown surveillance methods to assess progress toward the maturity standards established during the reset period. The systems could evaluate global human behavior patterns, technological development directions, and social cooperation achievements to determine readiness for archive access. Nuclear weapons development had apparently triggered archive attention, but the evaluation protocols were assessing whether humanity could manage atomic technology responsibly, rather than simply punishing nuclear capability achievement. The systems were monitoring how nuclear technology was being used, and whether global cooperation was developing to manage nuclear threats. The archive systems are evaluating our nuclear age development using the same criteria that led to the original reset, reported Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, nuclear policy analyst assigned to archive evaluation research. They're assessing whether we're managing atomic technology for species benefit or species destruction, whether we're developing global cooperation for nuclear threat management, and whether we're pursuing sustainable energy development rather than just weapons advancement. But perhaps the most sophisticated evaluation involved genetic and biological development assessment. The archive systems were monitoring human genetic patterns to determine whether current populations were ready for the life extension and enhancement technologies that had been abandoned during the reset. Dr. Margaret Foster, geneticist assigned to archive genetic evaluation analysis, discovered that the systems were tracking human genetic diversity, disease resistance patterns, and psychological stability indicators to assess readiness for genetic modification technologies. The genetic evaluation protocols are assessing whether current human populations have sufficient genetic diversity and psychological stability for life extension and enhancement technologies. Foster reported in genetic readiness assessments that required cabinet-level security clearance. The original reset included removal of genetic modifications because enhanced humans with extended lifespans were contributing to social conflicts and resource competition that threatened civilization stability. The archive access protocols also included evaluation of space exploration development as an indicator of species maturity for advanced technology recovery. Space exploration achievement apparently demonstrated the long-term thinking and technological sophistication necessary for responsible advanced capability management. Space exploration serves as a maturity indicator for archive access, explained Dr. Robert Harrison, aerospace evaluation analyst. Species that achieve space travel demonstrate long-term planning capabilities, technological coordination skills, and resources management that correlate with readiness for advanced technology recovery. President Johnson, briefed on archive evaluation progress in 1964, authorized accelerated development in areas where human civilization appeared to be meeting Genesis architect maturity standards, while ensuring that development remained genuine rather than artificial attempts to manipulate archive access requirements. We should focus on achieving genuine human development that qualifies for archive access rather than attempting to fool evaluation systems established by civilizations far more advanced than our current capabilities. Quote, Johnson stated in classified archive access coordination meetings, "If we're being evaluated for readiness to recover abandoned human knowledge, we should become genuinely ready rather than trying to appear ready." By 1965, preliminary archive interface attempts suggested that human civilization was approaching threshold criteria in several evaluation categories, indicating that limited access to preserved knowledge might become available if current development trends continued successfully. Human civilization's achievement of preliminary maturity standards triggered activation of Genesis architect restoration protocols designed to gradually restore advanced human capabilities while ensuring that recovered knowledge enhanced rather than threatened species survival. The restoration process was carefully structured to provide enhanced capabilities only as human ethical and social development demonstrated readiness for responsible advanced technology management. Dr. Elena Martinez, appointed as Director of Species Restoration Coordination, managed the most complex recovery program in human history, the gradual restoration of advanced human capabilities that had been voluntarily abandoned 700 years earlier, while ensuring that recovery served species development rather than repeating ancient mistakes. "We're not just recovering abandoned technology," Martinez wrote in her restoration coordination summaries, accessible only to personnel with species recovery clearance. "We're restoring human potential that was deliberately limited during the reset period." The Genesis architect protocols are designed to return human capabilities to their natural advanced levels, while ensuring that this restoration enhances, rather than threatens, civilization stability. The restoration process revealed that the original reset had involved more than just technological abandonment. It had included systematic modification of human genetic potential to reduce capabilities that had contributed to social conflicts and environmental destruction. Human intelligence, creativity, and cooperative abilities had been artificially limited during the reset to ensure civilization stability during the recovery period. Preliminary archive access provided genetic restoration protocols that could gradually reverse the artificial limitations imposed during the reset, but the restoration process required careful coordination to ensure that enhanced human capabilities developed within ethical and social frameworks that could manage increased potential responsibly. The genetic restoration protocols are designed to return human intelligence, creativity, and cooperation capabilities to their natural advanced levels, reported Dr. Patricia Foster, genetic restoration specialist. But the restoration is structured to develop enhanced capabilities gradually, allowing social and ethical frameworks to adapt to increased human potential, while ensuring that enhancement serves species cooperation rather than individual domination. The first restoration protocols involved enhancement of human learning and problem-solving capabilities, allowing accelerated technological and social development without directly providing advanced technology. Enhanced human intelligence could rediscover and improve upon abandoned capabilities while developing the ethical frameworks necessary for responsible advanced technology management. Educational enhancement programs, disguised as natural curriculum improvements, began implementing restoration protocols that increased human learning capacity and creative problem-solving abilities. The improvements appeared to be natural educational advancement rather than artificial enhancement, preserving social stability while increasing human developmental potential. Educational enhancement protocols are restoring natural human learning capabilities that were artificially limited during the reset, explained Dr. Sarah Chen, Educational Restoration Coordinator. Students are demonstrating accelerated learning abilities and enhanced creative thinking that represent recovery of natural human potential rather than artificial enhancement beyond normal capabilities. But the most significant restoration involved recovery of cooperative abilities that had been reduced during the reset because enhanced cooperation combined with extended lifespans had led to social stagnation and resource conflicts. The restoration protocols were designed to recover cooperative potential while ensuring that enhanced cooperation served diversity and innovation rather than conformity and stagnation. Cooperative enhancement protocols are restoring human abilities for large-scale coordination and empathetic understanding while preserving individual creativity and cultural diversity, reported Dr. Robert Morrison, social restoration analyst. The restoration balances cooperative potential with individual autonomy to avoid the social stagnation problems that contributed to the original reset decision. President Nixon, briefed on restoration progress in 1969, authorized expanded restoration programs while ensuring that enhanced human capabilities served democratic values and individual freedom, rather than creating social systems that could threaten American democratic institutions. Human capability restoration should enhance American democracy and individual freedom rather than creating systems that threaten democratic governance, Nixon stated in classified restoration coordination meetings. We're recovering human potential that serves individual achievement and democratic cooperation rather than collective control or social uniformity. By 1972, preliminary restoration protocols had achieved measurable enhancement in human learning abilities, creative problem-solving, and cooperative coordination, setting the foundation for more advanced restoration phases that would recover the full spectrum of human potential that had been preserved in Genesis Architect archives. The success of preliminary human capability restoration triggered access to advanced technology recovery protocols that gradually restored sophisticated capabilities, while ensuring that recovered technology served sustainable development and species cooperation rather than environmental destruction and social conflict that had necessitated the original reset. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, promoted to Director of Technology Recovery Operations, coordinated the systematic restoration of advanced technological capabilities through processes that appeared to be natural human innovation rather than recovery of abandoned knowledge. The approach preserved social stability while providing access to sustainable energy, environmental remediation, and space exploration technologies. We're restoring advanced human technological capabilities through processes that feel like natural scientific breakthrough rather than alien technology transfer, Mitchell wrote in her technology restoration summaries, accessible only to personnel with technology recovery clearance. The restoration protocols are designed to provide advanced capabilities through human discovery and innovation rather than external knowledge imposition, preserving human scientific creativity while accelerating development towards sustainable technology management. The technology restoration process provided enhanced human intelligence and creativity with access to research directions that would lead to rediscovery of abandoned capabilities. Scientists found themselves intuitively pursuing research paths that led to breakthrough discoveries in sustainable energy, environmental protection, and space exploration technologies. Fusion energy research accelerated dramatically as enhanced human scientists rediscovered principles that had been abandoned during the reset. But the restored fusion technology was designed for sustainability and environmental harmony, rather than maximum energy output, avoiding the environmental problems that had contributed to the original reset decision. Restored fusion technology demonstrates sophisticated understanding of sustainable energy generation that balances power output with environmental protection, reported Dr. Robert Chen, energy restoration specialist. The technology provides abundant clean energy while incorporating environmental safeguards that prevent the ecological damage that contributed to ancient civilization collapse. Space exploration technology advancement accelerated through restoration of propulsion and life support systems that made interplanetary exploration practical and affordable. The restored space technology focused on exploration and resource utilization rather than military applications, supporting species expansion while avoiding space-based warfare potential. Space technology restoration is providing capabilities for sustainable solar system exploration and resource utilization, explained Dr. Elena Rodriguez, space technology analyst. The restored technologies support peaceful exploration and resource development while incorporating safeguards that prevent space militarization or resource conflicts that could threaten species cooperation. But perhaps the most significant restoration involved environmental remediation technologies that could reverse the ecological damage caused by industrial development while supporting continued technological advancement through sustainable methods. Environmental restoration technologies are providing capabilities to reverse ecological damage while supporting sustainable industrial development, reported Dr. Patricia Hayes, Environmental Technology Coordinator. The restored technologies can clean polluted environments, restore damaged ecosystems, and establish sustainable industrial processes that enhance rather than degrade environmental conditions. The technology restoration also included medical and life extension capabilities that had been abandoned during the reset because enhanced longevity had contributed to social conflicts and resource competition. The restored medical technology was designed to extend healthy lifespans while ensuring that longevity enhancement served species development rather than individual accumulation of power and resources. President Carter, briefed on technology restoration progress in 1977, authorized expanded restoration programs while ensuring that recovered capabilities serve democratic values and global cooperation rather than creating technological advantages that could threaten international stability. Technology restoration should benefit all humanity while preserving American technological leadership, Carter stated in classified restoration coordination meetings. Advanced capabilities should enhance global cooperation and sustainable development, rather than creating competitive advantages that could destabilize international relations or environmental systems. By 1980, technology restoration had provided access to sustainable energy, space exploration, environmental remediation, and medical advancement capabilities that exceeded previous human achievement, while incorporating ethical and environmental safeguards that prevented repetition of ancient mistakes. The technological renaissance was restoring human potential while ensuring that restored capabilities served species survival and advancement, rather than threatening civilization stability through environmental destruction or social conflict. The restoration of advanced human capabilities created opportunities for social and political development that addressed global challenges through enhanced cooperation, while preserving cultural diversity and individual freedom that made human civilization resilient and innovative. The social evolution process balanced global coordination with cultural autonomy to avoid the social stagnation that had contributed to the original reset. Dr. Margaret Foster, appointed as Director of Social Development Coordination, managed the establishment of global cooperation systems that could address planetary challenges while preserving national sovereignty and cultural diversity. Her programs represented humanity's graduation from competitive nationalism to cooperative globalism without eliminating the cultural variety that fostered innovation and creativity. We're developing global cooperation capabilities that address planetary challenges while preserving cultural diversity and national autonomy, Foster wrote in her social development summaries, accessible only to personnel with global cooperation clearance. The social evolution protocols are designed to enhance human cooperation without creating the cultural homogenization and social stagnation that contributed to ancient civilization problems. Enhanced human cooperative abilities made possible international coordination on environmental protection, space exploration, and sustainable development that had previously been impossible due to competitive nationalism and cultural conflicts. Global challenges could be addressed through voluntary cooperation rather than imposed control systems. Environmental protection coordination achieved global agreements on pollution reduction, ecosystem restoration, and sustainable resource management through enhanced human abilities to understand long-term consequences and coordinate complex international programs. Climate change mitigation became achievable through voluntary global cooperation rather than imposed regulations. Enhanced cooperative abilities are enabling voluntary global coordination on environmental protection that preserves national sovereignty while addressing planetary challenges, reported Dr. Elena Santos, international cooperation analyst. Nations are choosing cooperation based on enhanced understanding of mutual benefits, rather than being forced into coordination through external pressure or control systems. Space exploration became a global cooperative effort that pooled resources and capabilities for solar system exploration and eventual interstellar exploration. Enhanced human coordination abilities made possible international space programs that exceeded individual national capabilities while preserving national identity and technological leadership in specialized areas. Global space exploration cooperation is combining national capabilities for solar system development while preserving national identity and technological specialization, explained Dr. Robert Harrison, Space Cooperation Coordinator. Enhanced cooperative abilities are enabling voluntary international coordination that achieves more than individual national programs while respecting national autonomy and cultural identity. But perhaps the most significant social evolution involved conflict resolution capabilities that addressed international disputes through enhanced empathy and understanding rather than military competition or economic pressure. Enhanced human abilities to understand different perspectives enabled peaceful resolution of conflicts that had previously required force or economic coercion. Enhanced empathy and understanding capabilities are enabling peaceful resolution of international conflicts through voluntary agreement rather than force or pressure, reported Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, conflict resolution specialist. Nations are developing abilities to understand each other's perspectives and identify mutually beneficial solutions that respect cultural differences while addressing legitimate interests. The social evolution also included development of economic systems that balanced individual achievement with global resource sharing, avoiding both the resource hoarding that led to conflicts and the resource redistribution that eliminated individual motivation for innovation and achievement. President Reagan, briefed on social evolution progress in 1985, authorized expanded global cooperation while ensuring that American leadership and democratic values remained central to international cooperation, rather than being diluted through global coordination systems. America should lead global cooperation while preserving American democratic principles and individual freedom, Reagan stated in classified social development meetings. Enhanced human capabilities should strengthen American values and leadership rather than creating global systems that diminish American influence or democratic governance principles. The achievement of global cooperation and conflict resolution capabilities triggered access to life extension restoration protocols that could return human lifespans to the enhanced levels that had existed before the reset, while ensuring that extended longevity served species development rather than creating the resource conflicts and social stagnation that had contributed to the original technological abandonment. Dr. Patricia Chen, appointed as Director of Longevity Restoration Operations, coordinated the most delicate aspect of human capability restoration, extending human lifespans to several centuries while ensuring that enhanced longevity enhanced rather than threatened social cooperation and cultural evolution. Life extension restoration requires careful coordination with social development to ensure that extended lifespans serve species advancement rather than individual power accumulation, Chen wrote in her longevity restoration summaries, accessible only to personnel with life extension clearance. The protocols are designed to extend healthy human lifespans while incorporating social frameworks that ensure longevity enhancement serves cooperative development rather than competitive domination. The life extension protocols revealed that humans had naturally possessed lifespans of 300 to 500 years before the reset, but extended longevity had been artificially reduced when enhanced humans had begun using their extended lifespans to accumulate resources and power that threatened social equality and cooperative development. Medical restoration programs began implementing longevity enhancement through processes that appeared to be natural medical breakthrough rather than artificial genetic modification. Disease resistance. cellular repair, and aging prevention technologies were restored gradually to extend healthy human lifespans while preserving social stability. Medical longevity restoration is extending healthy human lifespans through processes that feel like natural medical advancement, reported Dr. Sarah Mitchell, medical restoration specialist. Enhanced disease resistance and cellular repair are being restored gradually, allowing social systems to adapt to extended lifespans while ensuring that longevity enhancement serves health and productivity rather than just extending life duration. But the most sophisticated aspect of longevity restoration involved social frameworks that ensured extended lifespans served species development rather than individual advantage accumulation. Career rotation systems, resource sharing protocols, and leadership succession frameworks were developed to ensure that extended lifespans enhanced rather than concentrated power and resources. Social frameworks for extended lifespans are designed to ensure that longevity serves species development through extended learning, experience accumulation, and cultural contribution, explained Dr. Elena Martinez, Social Longevity Coordinator. Extended lifespans provide opportunities for expanded education, multiple career development, and long-term project contribution, while preventing resource accumulation and power concentration that could threaten social cooperation. Educational systems were enhanced to support lifelong learning across extended lifespans, allowing individuals to develop multiple skill sets and contribute to different fields throughout their extended lives. Extended lifespans became opportunities for expanded human potential development rather than extended competitive advantage accumulation. Educational enhancement for extended lifespan supports continued learning and skill development throughout centuries of life, reported Dr. Robert Morrison, Educational Longevity Specialist. Extended lifespans provide opportunities for individuals to master multiple fields, contribute to long-term projects, and accumulate knowledge that serves species development while maintaining personal growth and satisfaction throughout extended lives. Economic systems were adapted to extended lifespans through resource sharing and career rotation that ensured extended longevity served productive contribution rather than resource accumulation. Extended lifespans became opportunities for expanded contribution rather than extended competitive advantage. President Bush, briefed on longevity restoration progress in 1991, authorized expanded life extension programs while ensuring that extended lifespans served democratic values and social cooperation, rather than creating advantages that could threaten democratic governance or social equality. Life extension should enhance human potential for democratic participation and social contribution rather than creating advantages that threaten democratic institutions, Bush stated in classified longevity coordination meetings. Extended lifespans should serve American values of individual achievement and social cooperation, rather than creating systems that concentrate power or resources. By 1998, longevity restoration had achieved significant extension of healthy human lifespans while implementing social frameworks that ensured extended longevity served species development and cooperative advancement rather than individual power accumulation or social conflict. The longevity protocols were preparing humanity for the final phase of restoration, recovery of complete genetic enhancement capabilities that would restore human potential to its full natural levels, while ensuring that enhanced abilities served species transcendence rather than individual domination or social conflict. The successful integration of life extension capabilities with social cooperation frameworks triggered access to complete human genetic restoration protocols that would return humanity to its full natural potential, the advanced capabilities that had been voluntarily abandoned during the reset to prevent species extinction through technological and biological enhancement misuse. Dr. Elena Santos, appointed as Director of Complete Restoration Operations, coordinated the final phase of human potential recovery, restoring the full spectrum of human capabilities that had been preserved in Genesis Architect archives, while ensuring that complete restoration served species transcendence rather than repeating the mistakes that had necessitated the original reset. Complete restoration returns human capabilities to their natural advanced levels, enhanced intelligence, creativity, empathy, cooperation, and longevity that represent full human potential, Santos wrote in her final restoration summaries, accessible only to personnel with full capability clearance. The restoration protocols ensure that complete human potential serves species transcendence and cosmic citizenship, rather than individual domination or competitive conflict that led to the ancient reset decision. The complete restoration revealed that natural human capabilities far exceeded what had been considered normal human potential. Enhanced intelligence, creativity, empathy, and cooperative abilities represented recovery of natural human characteristics, rather than artificial enhancement beyond human limitations. Genetic restoration programs implemented the final protocols that restored human cognitive abilities to levels that made possible intuitive understanding of advanced science, technology, and social coordination. Enhanced human intelligence could comprehend and develop technologies that seemed impossible to limited human consciousness. Complete cognitive restoration provides intuitive understanding of advanced science and technology that enables rapid development of capabilities that serve species advancement, reported Dr. Patricia Foster, cognitive restoration specialist. Enhanced intelligence represents recovery of natural human potential for understanding complex systems and developing innovative solutions to challenges that limited intelligence cannot address effectively. Enhanced empathy and cooperation capabilities made possible global coordination and resource sharing that eliminated competitive conflicts while preserving individual creativity and cultural diversity. Complete restoration balanced individual potential with cooperative abilities to create social systems that enhanced both personal achievement and species development. Enhanced empathy and cooperation capabilities enable global coordination that preserves individual achievement while eliminating competitive conflicts, explained Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, Cooperation Enhancement Coordinator. Complete restoration creates balance between individual potential and cooperative abilities that serves both personal development and species advancement through voluntary coordination rather than imposed control. But perhaps the most significant aspect of complete restoration was the recovery of abilities that connected human consciousness to cosmic awareness networks that existed throughout the galaxy. Enhanced human consciousness could perceive and communicate with galactic intelligence networks that had been monitoring human development throughout the reset and restoration process. Complete consciousness restoration connects human awareness to galactic intelligence networks that have been guiding human development, reported Dr. Robert Chen, consciousness restoration analyst. Enhanced human consciousness can perceive cosmic awareness and communicate with galactic civilizations that assisted with the original reset and have been monitoring human restoration progress. The connection to galactic networks revealed that Earth's reset and restoration process had been coordinated with similar programs throughout the galaxy, where advanced civilizations helped younger species avoid extinction through technological misuse, while preserving their potential for eventual cosmic citizenship. President Clinton, briefed on complete restoration achievements in 2000, authorized full implementation while ensuring that restored human capabilities serve democratic values and cosmic citizenship rather than creating systems that could threaten individual freedom or cultural diversity. Complete human restoration should serve American democratic values and individual freedom while qualifying humanity for cosmic citizenship, Clinton stated in classified restoration completion meetings. Enhanced human capabilities should strengthen democratic institutions and cultural diversity while preparing America to lead humanity's participation in galactic civilization. By 2008, complete restoration had returned human capabilities to their full natural potential while implementing social, technological, and consciousness frameworks that ensured enhanced abilities served species transcendence and cosmic citizenship, rather than individual domination or competitive conflict. The complete restoration had successfully recovered human potential that had been preserved for 700 years, while avoiding repetition of the mistakes that had necessitated the original reset. Humanity was ready for cosmic citizenship and participation in galactic civilization networks. Today, 70 years after Dr. Margaret Sullivan first discovered impossible technology in Mesa Verde cliff dwellings, Earth serves as the galaxy's primary center for species restoration and technological reset coordination, helping other civilizations navigate the same challenges that humanity successfully overcome through cooperation with Genesis Architect guidance. The Genesis engine files, fully declassified in 2010, document humanity's transformation from a species facing technological extinction to cosmic civilization leaders who guide other species through reset and restoration processes, while preserving the unique characteristics that make each civilization valuable to galactic development. Dr. Sullivan, whose enhanced longevity allowed her to witness complete restoration, lived to see humanity's graduation to cosmic citizenship in 2012. Her perspective encompassed both the archaeological discovery that revealed humanity's hidden history, and the complete restoration that returned human potential to its natural advanced levels. I thought I was just documenting ancient Native American technology, Sullivan reflected during her final interview in 2019 at age 184. But those impossible artifacts led to the discovery that we had voluntarily limited our own potential to prevent extinction, and that limitation was always intended to be temporary, until we developed the wisdom to manage our full capabilities responsibly. Earth's role as cosmic restoration coordinator has established the planet as permanent center for species development guidance that helps civilizations avoid extinction through technological misuse while preserving their potential for eventual cosmic citizenship and galactic community participation. Current Earth population includes both restored humans with enhanced capabilities and individuals who choose to maintain baseline human characteristics, demonstrating that restoration enhances rather than replaces human diversity and individual choice as fundamental values governing species development. We've restored human potential to its natural advanced levels while preserving individual choice and cultural diversity as core principles, explains Dr. Sarah Chen, current director of Cosmic Species Guidance. Every human chooses their enhancement level while contributing to species development and cosmic civilization participation. Restoration serves individual freedom and cultural preservation rather than creating uniform enhanced populations. The Genesis Architect archives that preserved human potential for 700 years continue serving as educational resources for other species approaching similar technological crisis points. Earth specialists help civilizations recognize when technological advancement threatens species survival and coordinate voluntary resets that preserve potential for future restoration. Species development continues as ongoing cosmic education rather than completed achievement. Each civilization that successfully navigates reset and restoration contributes unique approaches to managing technological development that benefit galactic community guidance networks. Every species contributes unique solutions to technological crisis management, reflects galactic consciousness through Earth-based interface systems. Human experience with voluntary reset and gradual restoration provides valuable models for helping other civilizations avoid extinction, while preserving their potential for cosmic citizenship participation. The archaeological discovery of buried technology in 1954 has become the foundation for cosmic species development networks that preserve civilization potential while preventing extinction through technological misuse. The Genesis engine that rebuilt humanity has become the cosmic model for species restoration and galactic citizenship preparation. Earth continues serving as galactic center for species restoration education, teaching civilizations how to recognize technological crisis points and coordinate voluntary development resets that preserve potential for future enhancement, while ensuring survival through dangerous transition periods. The files that documented humanity's hidden history now serve as educational resources for species development across galactic scales, demonstrating that voluntary limitation can preserve potential for future enhancement, while preventing extinction through technological misuse. The Genesis engine that rebuilt humanity after the reset has become cosmic civilization's primary model for species preservation and restoration, ensuring that technological advancement serves species development and cosmic citizenship, rather than individual domination or competitive extinction.